Decisions, decisions, decisions. We all have to make them. We're constantly inundated with decisions. Should I zing or should I zang? Should I have French fries or sweet potato fries? Should I clean the house or go to a friend's? Every day we're faced with decisions. And those decisions ultimately will impact what we're doing. Some of those decisions are going to be much more impactful and much more important than others. So we're going to talk in this next section a little bit about those decisions. And then remember that those decisions are incredibly personal. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have the answer to those decisions or even what you should do with them. I am going to just pose some questions. I want you to, when you view this, write down the ones that you might want to contemplate. Think about them in advance so that when you encounter that decision, you have an idea of what you want and where you're going. So what are some academic decisions that you might be faced with? Some things that you might need to decide to help you move forward to the way you want to go. One of them might be deciding what school or program you want to join in the college. I know I need to go to college, I know I need to get a degree, but I'm not sure what to do. So really contemplating what school or what program. That's where we go back to an earlier chapter. We take those career inventories, and those will help us a lot too. Declaring your major. Saying, this is it. This is the major. Now, please understand, declaring your major is very important. It's going to help you to focus your studies. But it doesn't mean you will have to have that specific job. It's going to open doors in many ways. But you will want to declare a major. Selecting which school you're going to attend. Or if you're going to transfer from once you've accomplished a degree to another school, and why. And what that looks like and how it affects you. You want to look at things like concentrations or specializations, minors. Are they worth it? Will they be valuable in this field? What will it take for me to pick up that concentration? Am I like one class away from a concentration and I just didn't take it? Did I ask the right questions to find out about it? Will those concentrations or will that certificate help me? What if I had to take one extra class? Would it be worth it? I don't know. I don't know where you're going. You do. So those are things for you to think about. Helping you to select the courses. When you have electives, yes, they're electives. Yes, we want you to pick things that you want to learn about that are interesting to you. But we want you to pick classes that are going to help you to develop those skills and those areas and those deficits that you have. So are you picking classes that are going to help you to develop those skill sets that you're going to need for that future success? And what classes are you picking? Do you need to change your major? Have you gotten involved in a major, got in the middle of it and went, maybe that's not me. Maybe that's not who I am. I can tell you my initial major when I went to college was not the one I ended up with. And I did develop a minor. And then I went on to get my master's degree. So I made those decisions too. You're not the only one that's faced with those. And I was sure when I went to school I knew what I wanted to do. And I wasn't even in my sophomore year before I was experienced enough that I went, maybe not so much. Maybe I need to do some more of this inventory stuff. So I'm talking about stuff that we all experience. So don't feel like you're alone in it. We all have gone through this. It's an important part of developing. And finally, what do we do from here? So should I be getting a certificate? Should I be getting a master's degree? Should I go on to graduate school? Should I go on to a specialty school? Should I get additional training in a particular thing? Those things are all important academic questions you want to ask yourself. Some other decisions that you might be faced with while you're in college is, what do I do with my summers? I'm taking the summer off, I'm taking a lighter load in the summer. Could I be using those summers to develop those skills I need, to develop that experience that I need moving forward? What hobbies or leisure activities do I want to get involved in? We should make sure that we're enjoying our time. We should be involved in other things, but to the point where we can handle it and we're not overloading ourselves and still building our skills. What does that look like for each of us? Are there student groups or clubs I should be joining or want to join or could start or could lead or could run for an office in? A lot of options there. Should I be working while I'm in school? Should I be working part-time? Should I be working full-time? Should I be working temporary? How does that look for me? How does that reflect on what I'm doing? Would I be better served to just go to school and knock it out? Would I be better served to work part-time and kind of stretch it out? Each of you have different lives, different experiences. You need to find the path that's right for you, the one that helps you to finish. At the end of the day, the path that gets you to the end is the right path. Have you developed your career networks and your friendships and your peers and your relationships? Those are decisions. What am I doing to get involved in those networks? How am I taking those steps? What am I doing to build those? What volunteer activities am I getting involved in? What internships are out there? Am I outreaching? Am I trying to get involved with them when they're available? They may not be available every semester. Are you watching and seeing when they become available, making sure you're signing up for that class early and getting a spot? Don't lose that opportunity. And are you taking leadership opportunities? When there's an opportunity to try to get a leadership job, are you taking it? Not just in college, in your kids' math club, in your PTA, in your activities that you're involved in. Are you taking those opportunities to stretch your wings, to learn those skills, to take those leadership opportunities that you will be able to use as evidence moving forward of what you've acquired? Before you enter the workforce, there's things you're going to have to look at. Is this the career I want? Is this the job I want? Is this what I'm going to go for? And really search it. Do I need extra credentials or an extra exam, or do I need a license to get into that job that I really want? Do I need to finish some things so I can get the job that I need or that I want? Where do I want to work? Do I want to work here? Do I want to do my search in another state? Do I want my search to be global? What does my workplace need to look like, or what would I hope it would look like? Have I built my networks? Where am I going to live? And do you have a backup plan? You can have this ideal, and I hope each and every single one of you reach it. I really do. I want to hear from you. I want you to call me up and go, Miss Sabo, I got the job I always wanted. I want you to know, and I know it's 5 years later, and you may not remember me, and I probably will, but I got it. But you may not get it first. Sometimes it's a path. Sometimes we gotta wait. Do you have a backup plan? What are you gonna do until you get there? Make sure you're thinking about that as well. What's your contingency? Other decisions that you might have to make. What professional organizations should I join? What leadership opportunities can I obtain? What credentials or advanced training should I be getting, or could I be getting while I'm in school? Should I have continuing education? Am I finding the work-life balance I need? Have I started planning for retirement? We don't even have a job yet, but we need to start thinking about those next steps. What does that retirement look like? So now that I have this job, what do I have to put towards that to move forward? And is this a career change for me? For many of you, you may be adult returning students who've already been involved in a career and are switching over. So as you switch it over, how do you do that? What does that look like? What does that transferability look like? And there's a couple things we do when we make decisions. One of them is logical thinking. Really stop and take, what are the pros? What are the cons? What makes sense here? Have I taken this problem apart? Have I really looked at it from different angles? And that's important, that we really take the time for those decisions and analyze them. And another one is a step-by-step approach. This is the end goal. This is where I want to get. What are the things that are going to be necessary to get there? So if this is my ultimate job, what are the requirements of the job? What skills do I need? What credentials do I need? What certifications do I need? And making sure I get them along the way. Because if you finish school and don't have those yet, you need to obtain those. You can't just show up and say, hey, listen, I have my bachelor's degree in communications. Can I be a heart surgeon? No, you can't. You haven't finished the credential, what's required for that. If you want to be a heart surgeon, you can. But you have to do these other things first. So make sure you know what those look like and investigate it. Again, your career search, your research into those jobs, your informational interviews, your mentors, they'll all help you with that. And last but not least, trust your instinct. Trust your gut. You know you better than anybody else knows you. So in looking at that, are you where you need to be? You have to know this is your job. This is your career. This is where you're going to be forever. Is this what you want to do? And if not, let your instincts guide you. Not to crazy town. Not to something that doesn't make any sense at all, unless you can afford that. But that helps to guide you in the direction that you want to go. When I started in the field of social work, and I think I shared this in a prior video, I was working with elderly, and I was working with people that were disabled. I did that for a little while. My gut told me this isn't for me. This wasn't the right fit. This wasn't going to be where I ended up. So I did the job. I did it as good as I could do it. I built the skills, and then I moved. I moved into a field that was more oriented to who I was, so that I was able to greet that job with the passion that it deserved. And because I was able to do that and find the right fit and bring the right passion, I was able to advance my career multiple times. And so you want to be able to trust your gut too. Where should you be? What should you do? You don't want to ignore what others say, but you don't need to please others. You need to please yourself. It's your life to live. But don't ignore them. Why? When they say, I think you should do this, I think you should do that, ask them why. What's your thoughts on that? Tell me what you're thinking. Be open to their ideas. Make sure that it's something that you have put into your decision making. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. But it does mean that we want to go in with an open mind. And it's something else that's really important, is that avoidance and procrastination are still a decision. And they're a decision that will affect you. If you don't move, opportunities will drive by you. You will miss them. And so by not acting, don't think there's not consequences to that. There are. Don't be afraid to act. If you got to start over, start over. If you fail forward, you fail forward. Better to make a mistake and learn from that mistake than not make a decision at all. As long as you learn from it. Don't keep repeating it. That's not a good idea either. Create your own opportunities. Be open-minded. Take those unexpected opportunities. Something drops in front of you, don't be afraid. Do it. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Just jump in there. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Don't do it again. But take those opportunities when they're presented. Don't be afraid to step out there. Be yourself. Take chance in your career, and take the chances in events when they present themselves. Choose to be engaged. It's very important. Work it. Work it all the time. Nobody's coming to your door, knocking on the door and going, hey, I think you're pretty cool. Why don't you... You have to work it. You have to be out there. You have to build those relationships. You have to extend the hand. You have to be the outreacher so that people go, who's that person? That was pretty cool. They're not looking for you because they don't know you yet. So introduce yourself. Take a minute. Extend a hand. Identify and take opportunities wherever they're at and apply your lessons. This course is loaded with great lessons, great opportunities, great things to practice. Use it. Use it. Put your plans into action. You'll make it. You'll do great. And I look forward to hearing from you in the future when you make that success that you're looking for. So we'll be moving on to section 3 in the next video. See you soon.